Hey, Facebook friends, fellow fishermen, fisher ladies. I've got a new addition to my surf cart here, and I thought the best way to go through it would be a quick video rather than trying to do a bunch of pictures. So here's what I'm almost ready to say is a done cart. I think I'm pretty much finished fooling around with it. I guess we should never say we're done fooling around with it, but I think I'm getting real close to what I want to do. Anyway, a couple things I did is I found it very easy to stand my beach chair up on my umbrella rack here. I don't want to call it a sand spike rack because I've got that those built back here. This was 1-inch thick wall CPVC pipes that I put together, screwed into the frame in two places so it doesn't tilt or jiggle. And then my sand spikes are a solid rod, so they go right down into here. I notched them out so the foot piece here gets it, and just less rattling, less moving around, very consistent this way. But the two things that I did is I took a very cheap, or should I say inexpensive, cutting board that I got at Walmart, and I added, I just cut it out and slid it down the slot here inside the cooler. This is an Igloo 54 quart. Typically I put a 10-pound bag of ice in here and have my drinks, and then I guess for obvious reasons the drinks can stay upright. The mouthpiece to the drink isn't necessarily down in the slop water when you start filling up the fish on the ice, and yet your drinks will stay nice and cold. So I did that to this cooler, and it's, you know, an inexpensive Igloo, certainly good enough for one day worth out on the water on the beach. Here's a close-up of the nose bump that I did to my ruler that I mounted here. I drilled 2 holes and did 2 pop rivets here so that this does not wiggle in the least, also holding the ruler down. I went ahead and marked off 11 inches for pompano, and then red for redfish here. I've got the slot marked off 18 to 27 for here on Northeast Florida, East Coast Florida anyway, for the redfish. My rod's back here. My newest 13-foot rods, 13.6 rods that I got from Larry. The rod butts are a little too big and they won't go in the 1.5-inch PVC that I've got the other star rods in. But other than that, they ride nice back here. They jiggle around and wobble a little bit, but they're not really clanking into each other, and my rod tips stay far enough apart where that's not a concern. But here it is. I finally found a box that fits in the Fishing Mate Senior, and I guess it would fit the Fishing Mate Junior. I think the only difference with the two is the length of them. But the Fishing Mate basically has 19 inches of inside clearance. I had a couple different boxes. I had a little tackle bag for a while. I didn't like that. Here's something that fits perfectly in this spot. And I've got the hinges open right now, or the latches, but it's dry storage. I got this on Amazon, and I'll post a link to the brand name, and it's like 19 bucks. There's a rubber gasket that goes all the way around. This is nice solid plastic latches. I don't think there's any metal to this box at all, so it's going to be real saltwater friendly, and it's going to be my dry storage. And then in here, baggies are your friend, so I've got a bag of my fish gum, fish bites. I've got a bag of my rigs here, separately tied, a couple extra leader lines, a Tupperware container under here for extra Sputniks, a hand rag, my GPS, camera mount, things like that, fillet knife under there. there's good weight and bad weight, right? So I'm trying never to have this stuffed full, but at the same time, I can put a towel in here, another, like a beach towel, or I guess flip-flops if they're not too sandy, or anything like that. Anything you want to kind of keep dry. We've been getting a lot of rain on the beach lately, and it's kind of a pain figuring out where to store stuff. This is going to solve that for me, and plus I like the look. So it's two boxes that go into the crate, into the fishing cart here. My new dry storage crate, and then the Igloo Cooler, which I've had for quite a while. That and a little tie wrap up here holds my beach chair to a sand spike, and obviously before that sand spike deploys, I'm going to undo the tie wrap here, unfold my beach chair, put my umbrella up if we got a nice day. And that's it. Up here in the basket is where I've got Sputniks, the ones that I'll be using right away. I've got 4 in the basket there, so they're quick, and grab my bait and stick it on the hooks, and off we go. So once I hit the beach, I'm in the water very quickly. But anyway, I wanted to show you this crate. I think a lot of people can benefit from a similar product. I got this, like I said, from Amazon, and it was under 20 bucks. So to me, you can't beat it, and it seems pretty heavy duty. They're stackable. The way the lids are grooved out here fit the bottom, so if you wanted to put a couple on top or another one on top, I guess you could do that. Weight is your enemy, right? So I try to go as light as I can and try to stay light. I also like low center of gravity, so I don't want to stick a lot of stuff up high. Beach chair is the tallest thing here, basically, as far as, well, I guess the sand spikes, all this. I mean, you end up with enough weight. You don't want your center of gravity too up away from your axle. It starts giving you instability. And I guess I can slide. I can figure out what's good right now. Right now it's very light in the handle here, you know, a little finger, and I'm picking this thing up very easily. It's just barely front heavy, but as soon as I put ice in the cooler, then I'm good. So I'm very sensitive to front and back. Weight distribution, I've got a lot of weight back here, these sand spikes, all my rods. If I get really picky or fussy, I can move a couple rods up front. And a lot of times lately, I've just been fishing 2 rods. So 2 sand spikes would go away and 2 rods go away. And this whole cart's very manageable. All right, well, I appreciate the time spent with you. And I hope you find this informative. And in the link, well, underneath in the comment section, I'll have a description. I'll do some screenshots from Amazon so you can see the model number and part number and price and all that. All right, well, tight lines, everybody, and talk to you later.